Hello and welcome. Thank you for sharing your time with us. This presentation is entitled Educational Technology, which won't take long, so we strongly recommend you to sit back and relax, and try to listen carefully, because this will be presented only once. Remember, if you failed to comprehend this presentation, you will get automatically the grade of 5. So sit back, and pay attention. Before we proceed to our main discussion, let us define first its meaning. According from the source which can be found at www.wikipedia.com, it is the systematic and creative blending of idea and product technologies with subject matter content in order to engender and improve teaching and learning processes. It is often associated with the terms instructional technology or learning technology. Now let us proceed to Lesson 1. History of Educational Technology. History brought about a process of trial and error, imitation, individual creativity and persuasion leading to what we know as educational technology. To trace its history, we can identify the following development. Showing on your screen is the historical development pyramid. According to Dr. Lucido and Dr. Borrego, it started at the time of the ancient Greece, then Middle Age, the time of Comines and Pestalozzi, Johann Amos Comines, Edward Thorndike and John Dewey, on the 19th century, then 1932, until World War II, and electronic learning at present time. In ancient Greece, the elder sophists used the term techne to refer to the process of applying knowledge systematically to the practical art of instruction. They formulated cognitive rules, systematically analyzed subject matter, designed instructional technologies, and devised effective instructional materials. During the Middle Age advent of scholastic philosophy, Pierre Baylard introduced a technology of instruction, which was really a new method of structuring and presenting materials that helped set the style of scholastic education. The time of Comines, Pestalozzi, Froebel, Herbart and Montessori contributed their own concepts on educational technology, improving on the educative process. Johann Amos Comines was recognized as the pioneer of modern instructional technology by reason of his book, Or By's Pictures, which was an illustrated textbook for children studying Latin and the sciences. Edward Thorndike and John Dewey formulated the scientific theory of learning and the scientific method, respectively. Thorndike gave emphasis to the use of empirical investigation as a basis for an organized process of learning. On his part, Dewey introduced a method of instruction in terms of scientific method in broad terms. The 19th century paved in the advent of effective technological development, including the production of textbooks, use of blackboards, and improvements in writing implements like pen and ink. Photography was invented, giving way to a movement called visual instruction. By 1920, visual media became widely accepted. Then came the publication of audiovisual media texts. In 1926, educational films were used as instructional media. In 1927, Pressey wrote on programmed learning through a machine which tested and confirmed a learning task. In 1932, the first instructional television program was aired at a state university of Iowa. About the same time, the 16mm sound motion picture was developed, and this served as educational workhorse during the audiovisual movement of the time. During World War II, the U.S. government encouraged the implementation of technology of instruction for military training programs. This gave impetus to a systems approach to instruction to include microteaching, individualized instruction, language laboratories, behavioral objectives, computer-assisted instruction, among others. When the World Wide Web was launched in 1991, there was a surge of interest in the possibilities of electronic learning or e-learning. The use of the web as an educational medium was highlighted as a harbinger of profound changes for communities, organizations, and markets. By now, over a decade later, one might expect that the concept of e-learning would be well defined, and clearly differentiated from other forms of learning. E-learning is the acquisition of knowledge and skill using electronic technologies such as computer and internet-based courseware and local and wide area networks. Many technologies can and are used in e-learning, such as screencasts, e-portfolios, Palm Pilots, MP3 players, the use of web-based teaching materials, hypermedia in general, multimedia CD-ROMs, websites, discussion boards, collaborative software, email, blogs, wiki, text chat, computer-aided assessment, educational animation, simulations, games, learning management software, electronic voting systems. Most e-learning situations use combination of the mentioned techniques. Now let us proceed to Lesson 2. Lesson 2 will be discussed by the next reporter. Thank you.